Hi friends, this is Monish back here with the another brand new episode of the Hindu Daily Editorial. And in today's video, we are going to discuss the vocabulary from the Hindu paper of 16th September 2025. So without any further delay in time, let us get into the video and learn some new words and stuff. So first part we have vocabulary. First word on the screen is constitutional. The first word is constitutional, and constitutional means an adjective. Constitutional is an adjective which means రాజ్యాంగబద్ధమైన రాజ్యాంగబద్ధమైన relating to or in accordance with the principles of a constitution which is legal or lawful. So something which is related to principles of constitution is called as constitutional. Then synonyms we have legal, lawful, legitimate. Legal, lawful, and legitimate. And coming to the antonyms or opposite words, we have unconstitutional, illegal. Unconstitutional and illegal are the opposite of the word constitutional. Then, example, the court upheld the constitutional validity of the law. The court upheld, upheld in the sense paused, upheld the constitutional validity of the law. Next word we have is remedial. The next word is remedial, and this also acts as an adjective. And remedial means nivarana. Remedial means nivarana. Intended to correct or put right something that is wrong or inadequate. So, intended to correct or put right something that is wrong or inadequate. Generally, we do hear the word remedy. Remedy means a cure. Synonyms are corrective, curative, restorative. Corrective, curative, and restorative. And opposite, we have damaging, harmful. Damaging and harmful are the opposite of the word remedial. Example: special remedial classes were offered to students struggling in math. Special remedial classes. So, remedial classes means something kept to correct an wrong thing. So, special remedial classes were offered to the students who were struggling in their math. Then, the next word we have is inadequate. The next word is inadequate. Inadequate is an adjective, and inadequate means saripodu. Inadequate means saripodu, not sufficient. Lacking the quality or quantity required. Insufficient for a purpose. So lacking the quality or quantity which is required is called as inadequate. Synonyms: insufficient, lacking. Insufficient and lacking. Antonyms are adequate, sufficient. Adequate and sufficient are the opposite of the word inadequate. Example: the resources provided were inadequate for the task. The resources which were provided are inadequate for the task. Then next word we have is skeptical. The next word is skeptical, and skeptical also acts as an adjective which means సందేహాస్పదమైన సందేహాస్పదమైన which is not easily convinced, having doubts or reservations. So something which is uncertain, vague is skeptical. Doubtful, dubious. Doubtful and dubious are the synonyms of the word skeptical, and antonyms are confident, convinced. Confident and convinced. Something which can be confident or which can be convinced are the antonyms of skeptical. Example: the public remained skeptical The public remained skeptical about the government's new plan. So the public remained not convinced, not the public remained uncertain about the government's new plan. So next we have symbolic. Next word is symbolic, and it too acts as an adjective, and symbolic means ప్రతీకాత్మకమైన ప్రతీకాత్మకమైన symbolic, serving as a symbol representative of something else. Serving as a symbol or representative of something else is called as symbolic. Synonyms are emblematic, token, emblematic and token. The next antonyms we have literal, actual, factual. Literal, actual, factual. An example, the release of the prisoners was a symbolic gesture of peace. The release of prisoners. So the prisoners were released out of their prisons, and it was a symbolic gesture. Symbolic gesture in the sense serving as a symbol gesture of peace. The next word we have on the screen is unlawful. Unlawful. It is also an adjective, and unlawful means chatta viruddham. Chatta viruddham, something against law, not authorized by law, or something illegal is called as unlawful. Synonyms are illegal, illicit. Illegal and illicit are the synonyms of the word unlawful, and antonyms or opposite are lawful, legal, legitimate. Lawful, legal, and legitimate are the antonyms of the word unlawful. Example, the protest was declared unlawful by the authorities. The protest was declared unlawful by the authorities. Next word we have is brutal. The next word is brutal, and it is also an adjective. It means kruramaina. Brutal means kruramaina. Savagely violent or cruel. Savagely violent or cruel is called as brutal. Synonyms are cruel, savage, violent. Cruel, savage, and violent. And coming to the antonyms, we have gentle, kind, humane. Gentle, kind, and humane are the antonyms of brutal. Example, we have the crackdown was described as brutal by human rights group. The crackdown was described as brutal by the human rights group. Next word we have flashy. Next word is flashy, and it is also an adjective. Flashy means merise. Flashy means merise. Attracting attention by being very big, bright, and expensive. Attracting attention. So flashy in the sense attractive attention by being big, bright, and expensive. Synonyms are showy, ostentatious. Showy and ostentatious is called as antonyms of the word flashy. And moving on to the other synonyms. Sorry, synonyms are showy and ostentatious, and antonyms are subtle, plain, and modest. Subtle, plain, and modest are the antonyms of flashy, which means not that attractive. Example, he preferred a subtle approach over flashy displays. He preferred a subtle approach over flashy displays. And the next word we have is misrule. The next word on the screen we have is misrule. It is a noun, and misrule means dusparipalana. Misrule means dusparipalana. Bad or corrupt government. Mismanagement. Bad or corrupt government, generally mismanagement. So synonyms are mismanagement, corruption, mismanagement or corruption, and antonyms are just rule, fair administration. Just rule and fair administration are the antonyms of misrule. So generally we do heard the news about the Gen Z protest over the Nepal's government. So due to the Nepal's misrule, the Gen Z had to make protests and destroy their own nation. Example, the prolonged misrule led to the widespread public anger, as seen in Nepal. Due to the corruptions made by the officers, the Gen Z had made a severe impact over their government. And next word we have is illegitimate. Next word is illegitimate and it is an adjective. Illegitimate means చట్ట విరుద్ధమైన. Illegitimate means చట్ట విరుద్ధమైన. Not authorized by law, not in accordance with the accepted standards or rules. He is called as illegitimate. Synonyms are illegal, unlawful, invalid. Illegal, unlawful, and invalid. Antonyms legitimate, lawful, valid. Legitimate, lawful, and valid. Example, the government's actions were deemed illegitimate by the oppositions. So the government's actions were deemed illegitimate by the opposition. We do know when there is a government in rule, the opposition always makes some allegations. So the government actions were deemed illegitimate by the opposition team. So we have successfully completed the first part, which is vocabulary, and now let us move on to the second part, which is one word substitutions. In this one word substitutions, the first word we can see over the screen is litigant. The first word we can see over the screen is litigant, and litigant means a person or party involved in a lawsuit. A person or party involved in a lawsuit is called as litigant. Then next word we have is pantomime. Pantomime. Pantomime means a dramatic or theatrical performance using gesture expressions without speech. So a dramatic or theatrical performance using gestures expressions without speech. So if we see Charlie Chaplin, his actions were only through gestures and expressions, and there is no single word used in their performance. It is called as pantomime. Next word we have is ineradicable. Ineradicable. In generally gives us a negative suffix, and ineradicable means impossible to remove or destroy completely. Impossible to remove or destroy completely is called as ineradicable. Next word we have is reparation. Next word is reparation. It means compensation or amends made for a wrong injury or damage. Compensation or amends made for a wrong injury or damage is called as reparation. Now, moving on to the next part, we have idioms and phrases. In these idioms and phrases, first idiom, a fish out of water. A fish out of water. Generally, we do know fishes live only in water, and if a fish comes out of water, we know feel it feels very uncomfortable. So, to feel uncomfortable or put out of a place in particular situation, to feel uncomfortable or out of place in a particular situation is called as a fish out of water. Next, a wild goose chase. A wild goose chase. It means a futile or hopeless pursuit. A futile or hopeless pursuit. Then crocodile tears. Next idiom is crocodile tears. And we did have used this word in many of our day-to-day situations. Crocodile tear means False or insincere expressions of sorrow. False or insincere expressions of sorrow are called as crocodile tears. Next idiom, a snake in the grass. A snake in the grass. It means someone who is deceitful or hides their true intentions. Someone who is deceitful or hides their true intentions is called as a snake in the grass. The next idiom, curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity killed the cat. So the idiom curiosity killed the cat suggests being too curious or inquisitive can lead to trouble or danger. So being too curious can cause danger. This is what the idiom curiosity killed the cat mean. Now let us see some of the previously asked questions. So in SSC CGL Tier 1, a question was asked, the public remained skeptical about the government's new plan. What is the correct meaning of skeptical? As discussed, skeptical means uncertain or doubtful. So option B is the right one. Next, in SSC CHSL, the prolonged misrule led to widespread public anger. What does this misrule mean? So misrule means not managing perfectly or not ruling perfectly with corruption is misrule. So mismanagement. Next, in SSC CGL, a question was asked, a person or party involved in a lawsuit. A person or party involved in a lawsuit is called as litigant, as discussed in the one word substitutions. In IBPS PO mains, the idiom crocodile tear refers to false or insincere expression of sorrow, as discussed in the idioms and phrases. So that's it for today's class. Hope you did enjoy the session. If you did like the session, then make sure to subscribe the channel and like the video so that it gives me a sense of confidence and boost. Also, share this video with your friends who is preparing for any of the competitive examinations. If you want to get this PDF, you can join the Telegram channel English with Technical Monish through the link in the description or else with the help of this QR code. So, see you guys in tomorrow's video. Till then, keep practicing and keep studying. Also, daily quizzes will be uploaded in the Telegram channel. So, don't forget to check it out. See you guys in tomorrow's video. Till then, goodbye.